In the heart of West Africa, nestled in what is now Nigeria, lies the ancient and fascinating Nok Civilization. Long before the arrival of European colonizers or the creation of modern nations, a vibrant culture was flourishing in this region, making groundbreaking contributions to human civilization. The Nok people are credited with many firsts in African history, including pioneering metallurgy, developing advanced ironworking techniques, and creating some of the earliest forms of sculpture in Africa. Their mysterious and rich legacy has left a profound mark on the history of the continent. The Nok Civilization emerged around 1000 BC, situated in what is now the central and northern regions of modern-day Nigeria. At the time, the Nok were not just surviving, but thriving in a complex society. Their culture lasted for over 1,000 years and flourished long before many other civilizations across the world reached the heights of advancement we see today. While the Nok civilization predates written history, archaeological evidence tells a compelling story of a people skilled in art, technology, and social organization. Today, much of our understanding of the Nok comes from the artifacts they've left behind, particularly their iconic terracotta figurines and their mastery of iron smelting. One of the most remarkable achievements of the Nok civilization was their early mastery of metallurgy. The Nok are considered Africa's first known ironworkers, and they were able to smelt iron over 1,000 years before other parts of the world achieved this technology. This achievement marked a turning point in the history of human civilization. The Nok people likely discovered iron through the process of smelting local iron ores. By using charcoal in a furnace, they would have heated the iron ore to extremely high temperatures, allowing them to extract pure iron. This was a highly technical process that required both innovation and patience. The Nok's ability to produce iron tools and weapons revolutionized their society. They used these tools for farming, hunting, and crafting goods. Iron farming tools such as hoes and axes likely contributed to the improvement of agricultural productivity in the region. The production of iron weapons, such as swords and spears, also offered significant advantages for defense and hunting. The Nok civilization's mastery of iron was an incredible achievement for its time. Their use of iron tools and weapons would have given them a competitive edge in both agriculture and warfare. It's also important to note that the Nok were among the first to develop ironworking independently, a remarkable feat in human history. In fact, evidence of ironworking in Nok sites has been found in the form of iron slags, which are the byproducts of the smelting process. These slags serve as proof that Nok artisans were experimenting with and refining ironworking techniques long before the spread of metallurgy to other parts of Africa and beyond. The Nok people also left behind some of the most extraordinary artistic works of ancient Africa, their terracotta sculptures. These clay figurines, often stylized and abstract, represent one of the earliest known forms of African art. The most iconic of these sculptures are the large, head-shaped figurines, often portraying human faces with exaggerated features like large eyes, high cheekbones, and intricate hairstyles. These figures were not just artistic expressions but likely had deep spiritual or ceremonial significance. It is believed that they may have been used in religious rituals or as representations of deities or ancestral spirits. The Nok figurines showcase a high level of sophistication. They reflect the culture's understanding of the human form, and the attention to detail in hairstyles, facial features, and clothing suggests these pieces held important symbolic or spiritual meaning. They are some of the oldest examples of figurative sculpture in Africa. The use of terracotta was also practical. The sculptures were durable, allowing them to survive for thousands of years. These artistic creations tell us a great deal about the Nok people's religious beliefs, social structure, and the importance of art in their daily lives. The Nok people lived in small villages, with their societies being structured around agricultural communities. Evidence suggests that the Nok were primarily farmers, growing crops like millet, yams, and sorghum. Their ability to produce food reliably allowed their society to flourish and support large communities. Nok settlements were typically small and scattered across the landscape, with evidence of a rich material culture. In addition to their iron tools and terracotta figurines, the Nok also produced pottery, which they used for cooking, storage, and ceremonial purposes. While we don't know exactly how the Nok were organized politically, It's clear that they had a complex society with defined roles. There were likely religious leaders, artisans, farmers, and warriors, all contributing to the prosperity of the civilization. The Nok civilization remained a mystery for centuries, with their existence only being revealed through archaeological discoveries made in the 20th century. Excavations at sites like Taruga, Jebba, and the Sambisa forest have unearthed thousands of Nok artifacts, providing insights into their daily life, art, and technology. One of the most significant discoveries was the uncovering of Nok figurines and tools at the site of Jebba. These finds confirmed that the Nok were not only skilled in ironworking but also had a rich artistic and cultural heritage. In addition to terracotta figures and iron tools, archaeologists have also found evidence of long-distance trade, suggesting that the Nok were engaged in economic exchanges with other regions. However, much remains unknown about the Nok's language, politics, and social organization. Despite the Nok civilization's brilliance, it mysteriously declined around 300 CE. The reasons for the collapse of the Nok are still debated by scholars, but several factors may have contributed to their downfall. The decline of the Nok is still a matter of debate. It could have been caused by environmental changes, such as shifts in climate or overuse of the land. There is also the possibility of external pressures, like invasions or internal conflict, leading to their collapse. Whatever the cause, the end of the Nok was a turning point in the history of West Africa. Even though the Nok civilization eventually faded, their technological innovations, artistic achievements, and cultural contributions were passed down to future generations, influencing the rise of other great African civilizations such as the Ife and Benin. The Nok civilization's influence can still be seen in modern African culture. Their artistic traditions laid the foundation for the development of sculpture in West Africa, with later cultures such as the Ife and Benin drawing on Nok artistic motifs. Furthermore, their pioneering work in metallurgy spread across the continent, impacting the history of African technology. The Nok civilization's advancements in metallurgy didn't just impact Africa, it influenced the entire world. Their ability to independently develop ironworking technology helped shape the course of history in Africa, and in many ways, paved the way for the technological revolutions that followed across the globe. The Nok's innovations in metallurgy were not only significant for Africa but also had far-reaching consequences for the development of global civilizations.